done to me. I have spent all my years in believing in you. I just can't get no relief from somebody, somebody, anybody find me somebody to love. This is just a color for the it cries like baby in a cradle all night. It swings, it tries, shakes all over like a telephone. I kinda like it, crazy little thing all over. There goes my baby. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy. She gives me hot cold fever. She leaves me in a cuckoo sweat.
Bentornati qui su Queen Fans Italia Worldwide. Questa volta abbiamo un ospite fantastico, un vecchio fan, un grandissimo collezionista. Abbiamo qui Gary Taylor. Ciao Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hello, how's everybody in Italy?
Ciao Gary. E qui con me sempre Veronica. Ciao Veronica. Allora Gary, ti faremo alcune domande e niente, cominciamo con la prima. Ok, Gary, da quanto tempo conosci Queen?
Off with the first question. How long have you known Queen for?
As in being a fan, I first got into Queen in 1975 when I first saw and heard Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wow.
And I remember it to this day. It was amazing. I was at school in the evening and we were doing a rehearsal for a play, a pantomime that we were doing for Christmas, and they wheeled in this TV for everybody to watch while we were getting changed. And it was in black and white. It was a black and white TV, and Bohemian Rhapsody came on the screen, so it would have been Top of the Pops. And I remember seeing it and hearing the song and thinking, wow, this is amazing. This is so different to everything that's around at the moment. There was some good stuff around, a lot of the glam rock stuff like Sweet and Slade. But when Queen came on and I saw it and I heard it, I thought, wow, this is a moment. And that's really what got me into music and what got me into Queen. I'd heard Killer Queen a year before at a school disco. And I remember me and my friends were laughing at what we thought was a rude word in the song. And it wasn't. It was actually Geisha Minor, and we thought it was something else. But yeah, 75 was when I first got into the band, and been a fan, mega fan ever since.
Okay.
What about yourself?
Me? Well, I was born in 1997, so unfortunately,
Wow.
it was already gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got into Queen when I was about 3 years old, thanks to my mom and my dad. We've been like
Yeah.
for years.
The younger generation is always through mom and dad, which is great.
Yeah, and about him, wait, Tu invece, Fra, come hai conosciuto i Queen praticamente?
Io, vabbè, sono nato nell'81, li ho conosciuti nel 92 in servizio al TG del tributo, che dovevano fare il tributo.
Okay. Okay, he was born in 1981. Sei dell'81 te, no?
Sì, sì.
1981, and he came across Queen thanks to the news on TV when they were airing the tribute, you know, the tribute at Wembley. The Mercury tribute.
Nel 92.
In 1992.
92.
Mhm.
Sì, sì.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, congratulations, both of you. you couldn't have asked for a better band.
Ok. E Gary, hai mai incontrato Freddy oppure gli altri componenti della band qualche volta? Dal vivo?
Have you ever scusa. Second question. Have you ever met Freddie and the other band members in person?
Yeah, quite a few times. First and only times meeting Freddie was at 2 video shoots. So one was Radio Gaga in 83, and again for Friends Will Be Friends in 86.
Ok.
And I remember, again, I've got a good memory for these things. I remember meeting Freddie for the first time when we were ushered into the before we were ushered into the big hall to do Radio Gaga. And we'd met Freddie earlier, and I was surprised how short he was. I'm 6 foot and he was just like below me in height. And I thought, wow, I honestly thought that you would be taller, and he wasn't. And he was covered in makeup and he looked immaculate in the red bandages and the costume for Radio Gaga. And I was stunned. He just looked like a waxwork, you know, really, really immaculate in his appearance. So I met them there, got their autographs, got photos. Friends Will Be Friends, similar situation. Via the fan club, we got invited. Rest of the bands, I've met Roger many times, Brian many times, backstage parties, had a meal with Brian, with some of his friends after a concert. Same with Roger, went to Cyberbarn. That was a really good experience, really good show.
Bellissimo.
Yeah, really, you know, right at the front I was, and it was experience, it really was. Things like that you never forget. John Deacon again at the video shoots, but not privately and not recently.
Okay.
So, you know, I know friends have kind of gone to his house and waited for him outside, but it's not really something that I would do. It's I just prefer to meet them as and when the situation arises. I certainly wouldn't go to their houses as such. So that is it. That's, you know, quite a few times, but yes, enjoyed every moment.
Ok. Una domanda che mi è venuta adesso sentendo Gary. Com'è stato partecipare al concerto lì di Cyberman nel 98, sentendo tutte quelle bellissime canzoni di quell'album lì, Electric Fire, fantastico.
Quale?
Electric Fire.
Ma il concerto dico, quale?
Cyberman.
He just came up with a new question right now, which I'm trying to process in order to translate it. Have you been to the Electric Fire concert in 1980? 1980?
98.
1998, sorry. And if yes, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, after Cyberbarn, went to about 3 other concerts after that. I mean, I love Roger live. You know, he's really, really good, full of energy. He's my favorite singer in the band. With Queen, I like Freddie on vocals, but solo, I like Roger. I've collected all his stuff right from the very beginning. I think he's a great singer. He really is. And he's still got it. You know, I was quite surprised at the recent concerts of how good he still was. But yeah.
Sì, per me è stato secondo me il più bel lavoro da solista di Roger Taylor, Electric Fire, per me.
In his opinion, Electric Fire is the best of Roger's solo works.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, my two of my favorites are the first two albums because they were just so unique at the time and really sounding so good. I suppose my next one would be Happiness, and his last one as well. You know, I was surprised how good it was. I enjoyed it immensely, and that's why I eventually went to go and see him in concert. I thought the music was terrific, you know, and his voice was great as usual. And when we did the lot, compiling all his solo career together, that was great to work on, you know, and seeing it put out in one box set, that was great, you know. So it's nice to see his stuff still out there, still selling, and, you know, hopefully more in the future.
Ok.
Great.
Gary, qual è stato secondo te il miglior progetto su cui hai lavorato per la Queen Production?
So, what was the best project you worked on for the Queen Productions?
Oh God, I mean, I worked with the team for 16 years, so mainly with Greg. What was the first thing we actually worked on? I can't remember, to be honest. It's such a long time ago. I know at the time we were talking about books, and I started working on the CD collection series, which obviously Italy had a great collection.
Ah, sì, ce l'ho.
That's probably one of the best box sets out there. That is such a good set. That is. Italy done a really good job.
Sì, ce l'ho quello lì.
On that one. The presentation is superb. Really, really
I just
good.
have one of those CDs from the box set because I couldn't manage to buy them all, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's a lot in the series. I think it's about 20 albums, I think, you know, but yeah.
I just have the works because that was the one I found while I was going out of university. There is a shop right there, and I was like, I want that. And I bought that.
Yeah, well, that's a good start, you know. Maybe you'll get some more in the future. But yeah, so, you know, when I started working with Greg, we were talking about books, we were talking about, you know, CD kind of notes that we could use for sleeve notes, put a load of stuff together, and it's been used over the years. But the very first thing, I really can't remember. It was probably some products of theirs. I can't even remember. No, sorry.
Okay.
The best one, I can tell you, the best one was probably the Live at the Rainbow box set. I really enjoyed working on that one. That was a really good project. I suppose it's because it was so long. It was a long time coming, and you know, most people had the VHS, which was an edited version, and then to work on the full box set with the two concerts from '74 at the Rainbow, that was great. That was really, really good. And I think that pleased a lot of fans that it finally came out. So yeah, that's my favorite one.
Sì, Rainbow è un concerto che lo volevano da tanti anni fa, integrale.
I just have the CD.
That's the one. I personally thought the cover could have been better, but you know, the content is amazing, absolutely amazing. Queen at their best, really.
I agree.
And starting out quite early in their career, you know, the way they came across on stage, you know, was just incredible. And the sound quality, the guys who've done the sound, really good. And the visual as well.
Digli a Gary che in quel concerto lì hanno fatto delle canzoni di Queen 1 che sono bellissime.
He's saying that during this live concert, they played some songs from Queen 1 that he finds beautiful, and I have to say that I'm kind of jealous of them because they were like around my age, I think.
How old are you now?
24.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, youngsters. Yeah, all very slim and long-haired, good-looking guys. you know, and they went down a storm over here in the UK. You know, it took a while for the rest of the world to catch on, but you know, by this time they were top of their game. And you know, hits with Killer Queen, you know, propelled them to even bigger and greater things.
I
You
wish
know.
I could be their place, but it's hard.
I mean, it's a, you know, like Roger said, you had to be there. It was such a fantastic time in music. It was such a good time. 70s and 80s were incredible times. They really
Now it's
were.
hard for the youngsters to make music. Actually, it's very hard.
Yeah. Well, they see these days, they see making music as like on a computer, you know, going onto a contest show, and you know, that's how you become a musician. But it's not, you know, it's years of rehearsal, it's putting in the, you know, the hours, and you know, believing in yourself and making decent music that people can enjoy, rather than being a one-hit wonder, which a lot of people are these days, you know.
Gary, ma sei anche un collezionista? Qual è l'oggetto che tieni di più, che hai lì in casa?
Okay, since we assume you're a collector, if yes, what's the most precious item you own in your collection, in your opinion?
What makes you think I'm a collector?
Not just like
There's a few bits behind me in my office, yeah.
Well, I mean, what makes you think I'm a fan?
You're a fan of teddy bears, I can see that.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, I know.
I mean, this I queued up for.
Oh!
That was at the HMV store in Oxford Street in 1985. Yes, 1985. Yeah, so that's the complete works box set. So that's one thing I wouldn't get rid of with the autograph.
Can I see it better? Can you put it closer to the camera?
Yep.
Wow, bellissimo. Bello.
Is it all in? Yeah, so that was a again, I remember that day really well. We were queuing up, a whole group of us were queuing up outside the store in London, waiting for it to open. And I think overall they signed 200 copies. And we went into the store when they opened, and it was piled on a big plinth. And you just grabbed one and took it to the counter, bought it, and hoped when you got outside that you had a signed copy, which I did. And I've had it ever since. So yeah, it's one of my favorite items. But my main collection, would you believe, and I love this stuff, magazine adverts.
Oh.
So stuff like this.
Oh.
That's my job, literally. That's part of my job, making adverts, you know, and graphics. Yeah, I'm a graphic designer, that's why.
Oh, wow.
So I get why you like them.
Yeah, I mean, this is history. This is, I mean, quite. I think I've got the biggest collection in the world. I've got over 700 adverts.
Holy.
That's Queen and solo from all around the world, and I'm still finding them now. But that is my, if I had to pick just one part of my collection, it would be my trade ads and magazine adverts. I love them.
Fantastico. Ok, Gary, allora tu hai fatto 4 libri bellissimi. Allora hai fatto il tour americano, hai fatto il tour europeo, questo qua, bellissimo, ok. Poi hai fatto il libro, il concerto in Canada.
Even better.
E poi adesso l'ultima chicca, il Life Killers del 79.
Oh, I like that one. You never got the first book?
Sì, ultimo libro. Non so, ci vuoi parlare un po' di questi libri? Raccontaci un po' come ti è venuta l'idea di scrivere questi 4 libri.
Okay, speaking about those books, could you please tell us a bit about how did you get the idea to write these books, a bit about the process and briefly, something like that?
I've kept an archive of Queen
Hmm?
and their history for probably since 1977 when I started collecting. So I started collecting mainly adverts that I just showed you. So that collection of mine goes right back to then. So I've always had a live history archive. I've always made notes, and I've compared notes with other people like Jim Jenkins. We're always on the phone comparing our notes and what each of us know and the other doesn't, and we can exchange information. Then between me and Greg Brooks, the archivist. And after we parted company, I thought all the information I've got is just too good an opportunity to, miss out on and not use. So after many years of searching for more information via magazines, TV shows, ex-members of staff, fans, it was a case of like, look, I've got something here that people want to see, that I want to see. I love Queen live, Queen with Freddie Mercury. I just love it. There's so much to say. Every tour was different, new songs. And it was a case of like, let's put one out of my own, see what happens. And when I put the first one out, it sold out very quickly. And I took it from there, and I thought, I enjoy it. I hope other people do. And it seems they do. And it's a case of like, I'll carry on and do a couple more, which you've got 3, but you obviously haven't got the first USA book, which is a shame.
Niente, ma quali sono state le tue fonti per questi libri? Come ti sei documentato?
Okay, he wants to know what your sources were, the sources you relied on to write these books.
Like I just said, really, TV shows, internet, fans, ex-members of Queen staff, my own archive, which is immense, lots of photos. Thankfully, a lot of fans supplied photos and stories, which they were very keen to do, which was brilliant, because without the fans' photos, it wouldn't be a book, because any book needs good photos. And to me, I like fan photos, always have done, because it's a story of the time. You can have all these professionally shot photos, and Queen used them all the time, recreating the same old pictures. But when you see fan photos, they're from the audience, rather than the front row or the side. And you get a totally different perspective of how people saw the band on stage, and sometimes you can see the band on stage and the photo won't be that good, but you get a really good impression of how they were on stage. You can see the lighting rig, and you're actually seeing it from the fans' perspective, which I love, and although sometimes, or most often than not, they're not as good as professionally shot photos, they are worth seeing, because there's no other medium really that you can show them on. They've seen a lot on the internet over the years, so I've contacted people that way. But yeah, so usual sources really, internet mainly. The internet is a godsend, very good source of information.
Ok, vero, digli che abbiamo intervistato Jim Jenkins, che anche lui è un grande fan come Gary, ha visto anche lui un sacco di volte i Queen dal vivo e l'ha incontrati di persona anche lui.
We also interviewed Jim Jenkins not so long ago, some weeks ago.
I saw it.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he has a lot in common with you, because he's a huge fan, as you are, and he knows the boys. And so, yeah, we noticed that you two have a lot in common, and it was a pleasure to talk to him, honestly.
Yeah, he's a
He's
lovely
very
guy.
nice. Yeah, he's very nice. He's very
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah,
I want to
absolutely.
have him as a granddad.
Maybe just settle as a father.
Ok, Gary, hai più visto John Deacon dopo il 1991?
Okay, if you don't want to answer to this, just let me know. Have you ever seen John Deacon after 1991?
Don't think I have. Might have seen him outside the Dominion, going to the after show party at the launch of the Dominion Theatre.
Mm.
We Will Rock You.
Okay.
2001, maybe. I think I saw him there and just kind of looked, and he was being hassled by people. And I just walked by. But other than that, no. I know where he lives, but I wouldn't, go rounds and make a nuisance of myself. But yeah, I hope he's doing well. We hear he's doing well, but he opted to make the decision to leave the band, and that's entirely his kind of, way of doing things. But yeah, I hope he's well. We all miss him, don't we? All the fans do miss him.
Indeed.
Ok. Niente, qual è il tuo album preferito dei Queen? Che canzone ti piace di più?
What's your favorite album and favorite song from Queen?
Very easy, Bohemian Rhapsody. It's the song that started me off as a fan, like I explained earlier on. It's over the enormity of it is just grown over the years, and it's the UK's #1 song of all time, as you know. And I tend to agree. It's a fantastic piece of work. It really is. The whole way it's done. It's just so. And at the time, like I say, you had to be there. But at the time, it was just so different to everything that was around. And the public's reaction after they appeared on Top of the Pops with the video, everybody was talking about it. It was in the newspapers, people in the school, all the kids were talking about, did you see that band on stage with the devil faces and, the words, and the way their heads moved and everything. It just blew people away in this country and had a really big impact. And because of that song, it propelled them to superstardom. And again, it's the song that kind of got me into the band in a very big way. And I suppose favorite album would be A Night at the Opera, probably. Again, I got that a few weeks after I got the single, and I heard it. When I heard the Prophet song, I thought, oh God, it's just amazing, And over the years, it's kind of fallen to #2 every now and then, but most of the time it remains my #1 album.
Ok.
Very impressive.
Gary, sei andato a vedere Roger l'anno scorso nel suo live e poi andrai a vedere anche il Rhapsody Tour?
Okay, did you attend Roger's British tour last year, and will you attend the Rhapsody tour this year?
I did see Roger, yeah, down here in Plymouth in the southwest of England. Yeah, he was great. Like I say, I wasn't going to go. And then I saw the video from the first night and I thought, he's still got it. He can still do it. And I personally didn't think he could, and it would be wrong for him to come out on tour after such a big break, but he nailed it. And I thought the songs he'd chosen were excellent. I enjoyed the show. I went with friends and they enjoyed the show. Regarding Queen and Adam Lambert, it's not really for me, really. The first UK tour, well, it wasn't a tour, it was just Hammersmith, wasn't it? That was really good. And the first tour, maybe it should have ended there and then. I'm not sure. 10 years down the line, I've seen them a few other times. I won't be seeing them on this occasion. It's a bit too, how shall I put it? It's a bit camp. It's a bit over the top. I think he sings a bit over the top. Freddie was always very low in his vocals. Adam's quite high. Again, it suits their music, but it's not really for me on this tour. So I'll opt out. In fact, I just saw We Will Rock You, the musical, a couple of weeks ago. And I personally would rather see that again than Queen and Adam Lambert. But I can understand people wanting to see them, great. They do it really well. You look at the show, the footage, and it's really good. What they're doing is really good. They've still got it. They've got a singer who can practically sing anything, but it's not for me. But I hope everybody does enjoy it who does go, which they are.
Ok, Gary. E questa è una domanda un po' particolare. Secondo te come mai esce così poco rispetto ad altre band come materiale video e audio dei Queen rispetto comunque ad altri gruppi?
Okay, I'm trying to translate it as
I'm glad you are.
Be patient. I'm doing my best. Please be patient.
You're wonderful.
Why is it that we don't have as much material in terms of music videos and music about Queen if we compare them to the material we have about other bands? Why is it? How come, in your opinion?
In my opinion, it's because they are perfectionists. They want everything to be the best that it can be. And if there's a recording or video that we appreciate and we love and we can see the importance of it, I can see their point of view that it's not good enough to be put out there for something for the general public to buy. So really the stuff they have kind of issued and released on DVD is a case of like, that's the best there is, so I just think it's because they are perfectionists and they want the best. Unfortunately, because I'm a fan, I want to see everything. I don't care what quality it is, but if it's about them, then obviously they have the say as to what they want issued. So I mean, luckily, as you know, we've got a lot of unauthorized stuff we can watch and share and enjoy. The recent Super 8 footage that just appeared on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, I think. Fantastic. My God, from 1978, more footage, near enough front row. That's the kind of stuff I love. And it'd be great if there was a compilation that included all this stuff. But it looks like we're going to have to do it ourselves, and it won't reach the mass public, but the quality is not there to warrant that. But at least we can, as fans, we can still enjoy that kind of thing, So that's the reason, I think,
Okay.
Gary, ma secondo te usciranno mai concerti che tutti quanti aspettiamo da tanto tempo, tipo l'ultimo concerto dei Queen a Newport, oppure anche altri concerti che purtroppo non usciranno mai perché la Queen Production sappiamo come lavora?
Ma tu intendi dire fisicamente, no?
Sì, fisicamente.
Do you think we will have a release of other concerts we've never seen before, or maybe Queen's very last concert? Because we don't know how Queen Productions works. So do you think we can maybe have them someday, one day?
Again, it's all to do with quality, isn't it? What they can do with any footage that they've got. What kind of things were you thinking of? Probably things like Houston, stuff like that. Hyde Park. It'd be great to have it as an official release, but there's obviously reasons they can't or won't do it, and it's usually to do with quality. But yeah, chances are they might be a compilation, of all different clips from different shows. But like the Rainbow and like Milton Keynes, Wembley. It'd be great. Montreal. It'd be great to have a full show or whatever is left of a full show to enjoy with the rest of what we have. But yeah, I'd love to see more stuff come out. Absolutely.
Ok. Niente, poi mancheranno anche i video non so quando usciranno. Prova a dirglielo.
Cosa devo dire che non ho capito bene?
Che mancano anche tutti i video in DVD, Blu-ray.
There are a lot of videos that are missing probably that we won't be able to see on DVD, or maybe who knows. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, as in live video, live footage, or like promotional videos.
Ok, chiede live oppure pubblicità, cose del genere?
No, quelli video che sono usciti già in DVD in versione restaurata.
He means HQ versions of the pre-existent videos that we already have, you know, remastering videos.
Do we really need them released again?
I don't know.
I mean, Wembley's been out what 3 times on, you know, and it's a case of like, I think if they've done something like that again, it'd be a case of like, you know, release something we haven't seen rather than what we have seen. I mean, what we've got, the quality is superb. What we've got is good enough for me. It's good enough for all of us, I think. But maybe work on Hyde Park would probably be my particular request, you know.
You could ask them.
I'm not really in touch anymore.
Bellissimo, Hyde Park è bellissimo.
He's saying that Hyde Park is a beautiful concert.
Yeah, it's such a shame that at the time it was, you know, stopped before they'd done the encore, because the encore would have been great. It was such a fabulous setting and a great show. They all looked great. They sounded great. Good occasion. So yeah, other than that, you know, with no encore, it's a great show, and I really would like to see that officially, very much.
Sì. Gary, l'ultima domanda, volevo chiederti, ti vedremo mai a Montreux prima o poi?
This is the last question. Will you attend the celebration in Montreux? You know,
no, got no plans to. We usually, with work, we usually book up sometimes a year in advance where we're going to go, and a lot of the time it's not over Queen themed events. We like to go to America a lot of the time. We like to go to Gran Canaria, around Europe, and it's a case of like there's not enough time. And I think I have been to Montreux, and if I went back, it'd probably be under our own steam rather than part of a group. But yeah, it looks like a good time is had by all there. I know friends of mine go and they say it's really good, but yeah, I won't be going. No.
Okay.
Niente, allora io vi farei rivedere i libri di Gary che sono fantastici. 1, 2, 3. Questo è Crazy Tour 79. Questo è Canada, concerto in Canada di Queen. E mi manca l'America, mi manca. Digli che mi manca l'America.
He needs to buy that one.
You'll have to look on eBay.
Well, my birthday is in November, if anyone wants to give them to me.
Lì ha fatto un lavoro veramente bellissimo e super, veramente.
He's praising your job.
Oh, thank you very much, Maurizio. Which is your favorite?
Ti ho chiesto qual è il tuo preferito.
Questo qua.
Mettila più in avanti che non si vede, più davanti a te.
82, yeah.
Sì, ero per 82.
Thank you.
Niente, se ci vuoi lasciare i tuoi contatti, dove possiamo contattarti, dove la gente ti può vedere.
Okay, would you mind lending us your, contacts so that people could get in touch with you if they wanted to, just if you want to?
Yeah, for the book. Yeah. Just go to my the Crazy Tour 1979 Facebook page, and
Okay.
all the details are on there, and just follow the instructions underneath the payment, the shipping chart, and I'll be in contact.
Okay.
Ok.
Oh, just a quick thing to say, very big thank you to the Italian fans, because I've sold more books to the Italian people than after the UK people than any other country. You know, more Italians have bought my books than anywhere else in the world, you know, so thank you very much.
For me, it's a bit harder because I'm younger and I'm still trying to find a job or something like that. So I'm, you know, my money's amount is very, very limited. But
yeah, along with a lot of other people. I mean, I became a fan in the 70s, so a lot of what I have here, a lot of it you can't see in my collection, but what I do have, I've collected as I've gone on over the years. So not so much luck, but I was there at the time. So when singles and albums and videos came out, books, we should get them together and form a band.
well, I have Roger too, and I have 2 more versions of Freddie, which are very far right now, and I'm 5 feet tall, so I can't. But this is my favorite one.
I never used to like them, but a friend bought me the Freddie one, or gave it to me as a present. I thought, oh, they're quite cute actually. Not something I'd normally buy, but you know, I can see the appeal.
Yeah, because I mean, look at the details.
Exactly. Look at the mouth.
I have a mouth. It's the nose.
And the eyes.
Yeah,
I think apart from Alice Cooper, I think all the eyes are the same, aren't they?
It depends. Roger's eyes are like more, you see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's after a night's drink.
Capito anch'io. No, a me mancano quelli, non ce li ho.
He doesn't have them.
No.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad thing.
Ok, dai, allora io ringrazierei tantissimo Gary, grazie veramente per tutto, per questi libri bellissimi, per l'intervista, per l'ospitalità e tutto quanto. Grazie veramente, Gary.
So we want to thank you for your time and for staying here with us, and it was a pleasure. And yeah,
pleasure for me too. I don't usually do this kind of thing, but I thought I'll thank the Italian fans for supporting me with my books. So when Maurizio asked me, I was a bit reticent, but I thought, okay, let's do this for the first time.
as long as you felt comfortable, it's okay. As long as you felt yourself, and
absolutely.
Yeah. So if you want to
do the interpreter was wonderful.
Thank you. And if you ever want to do that again, remember that we're here. Just contact us and we will answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's
all
it.
Right. Okay, thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure.
Grazie.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, Italy.
Ciao. Ciao.